Hi everyone, Metal Breakdown here. So this is my first album review in a while. The album that we are reviewing today is The Nothing by Korn. So pretty fucking big album release this month. Probably the album I was the most expecting in September. So it's coming out almost 3 years after The Serenity of Suffering, which came out in 2016. It was like a big return of Korn to the more heavier sound, I would say. The album that came out before that, The Paradigm Shift, was already kind of a return, because if you don't remember that, The Path of Totality was like a fully electronic album. So The Paradigm Shift was like half electronic and half more old school Korn, I would say. And then The Serenity of Suffering was a straight up return to old school Korn. Also, The Serenity of Suffering was really successful for Korn. If I remember correctly, that album debuted in the 4th position on the Billboard 200 chart, which is not a small achievement, so great job. Now to do it all over again, did Korn decided to stay heavy again and do another banger as an album? I'll answer that question in my review. I'll focus mainly on my 5 favorite songs from the album, but I'll probably still talk about each and every song on the album. So, yeah, guys, let's do this for the review and the reaction. Not the reaction, just the album review of The Nothing by Korn. Okay, so first of all, guys, I can already tell you that The Serenity of Suffering was like one of my favorite albums in like a decade for Korn. It was that great. And at first, the first question I asked to myself was, is The Nothing as good as The Serenity of Suffering? Is it less good? Is it better? And now, after listening to the album, I would say around 5 times, I'm pretty sure it's better, and it's not a small thing to say. The reason why I'm saying that is because overall, there's not a single song I would skip, and when I decided to do some honorable mentions before talking about the top 5, I'll tell you right away, I started to make a list, but I was like, oh, this will be worthless because I'll just want to include each and every song on The Nothing that is not in the top 5, and I'm not even kidding. They're all that great, all there to bring something special to the record, and this is not something I was feeling with The Serenity of Suffering. There were some songs in there that I was like, I would skip that one from time to time, and it's not the case with The Nothing. The only thing that was better, in my opinion, with The Serenity of Suffering was that the singles were maybe a bit stronger, but overall, The Nothing is a better album. So, and I'm not saying that the single for The Nothing are bad. There's even one single that made the top 5. I'm just saying that the singles for The Serenity of Suffering were maybe a bit better, bigger in some way. Anyway, now I'll talk about the top 5, and just before that, I want to say something, because it seems like with the 4th last album, including this one, Korn is always doing better, because The Paradigm Shift was better than The Path of Totality. After that, The Serenity of Suffering was better than The Paradigm Shift, and now The Nothing is better than The Serenity of Suffering. So in 3 years, when we'll get another Korn album, can they do even better than they did right now? I really don't know, but time will tell. Anyway, now it's time to talk about the top 5. So in the 5th position, I went with Idiosyncrasy. The song starts in such a brutal way that you have no other choices than to fall in love with it right away. It also contains a lot of growls, and in the pre-chorus, in the pre-chorus, not in. I don't know what I said, but I meant to say that there was a lot of growls in the pre-chorus, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. There's also some kind of bridge near the end of the song, and it just sounds so great and groovy, like you want Korn to sound. It's also preceded by a part where we only have Fieldy the bassist playing bass alone. There's just like 5 to 10 second parts of just straight up bass, and it's great. Also, at the end of the song, Jonathan Davis is asking time after time why God keeps making fun of him. And that part was simply fabulous. Just the emotion he had when he's like screaming that, it's absolutely insane. And it's a question we can always ask ourselves when we are like living bad situations after bad situations. If you believe in God, you're probably like, why the fuck are you doing that to me? Stop making fun of me. My life is not a fucking joke. So I can relate to that for sure. In the fourth position, I went with the song Harder. The intro with the keyboard is really setting a good mood for the song. Right after that, you have another super heavy, straight up, in your face type of riff. I love the lyrics in the chorus so much. They go as follow. Tell me who I am. I've done all I can. Tell me why my life keeps getting harder and harder and harder. Tell me what to feel. This shit can't be real. Tell me why my life keeps getting harder and harder and harder. It describes perfectly a situation where you are hopeful, or hopeless, I would say. Yeah, hopeless. And you don't know what to do anymore, nor you understand why the fuck this is happening to you. The part before the last chorus is also freaking heavy. It gives me chills every time I'm listening to this part. God damn. Now with the top 3, a song you know probably better, and I'm talking about Cold, the second single from the Nothing. I love this one so much. It is preceded by the intro, The End Begins, which contains a lot of bagpipes in it. It reminds me of the intro Dead from the album Issues that came out like in mid 2000, I would say, or early 2000. So yeah, it reminds me that, and it's great. It's similar. After that, as soon as Cold starts, you know that this album will be dark and heavy as fuck. It's super cool to have JD growling in this one, and to have a super catchy and melodic chorus at the same time. I also love the lyrics in this song. My take on them is that you should not let anyone affect you in any bad way. Everyone can be stronger than all the negative people around them. So if you have some people telling you can do this, you can do that, fuck them. Just do it, prove them wrong, and your success will be your biggest weapon, in my opinion. This is the mindset I'm having right now in my life. People I thought would be there for me forever. My ex-girlfriend, she dumped me. Now, my biggest weapon against her is my success. I won't let her bring me down. I will just keep fighting, and I'll be living my best life, you know? And that's what every one of you should do as well. Anyway, let's move on to the second best song on the album. It's called This Loss. This is obviously a song about JD's ex-wife who died last summer. But if you're getting out of a relationship like I am right now, you can definitely relate to pretty much everything in this song. This is about the fact of losing someone in your life and the fact that you would want to take back time because you will never be the same after a huge challenge like this one. It's really something that will affect you deeply. You can become a better person out of it or a worse person. It depends on your mindset, on how you view things, and how you'll hack, basically. So yeah, but I'm sure everyone can take the best of every bad situation. Also, it's still a heavy song, but I would say it's a slightly softer song than most of the song on the rest of Nothing, mainly because of a slower part in the song with a lot of keyboards, and Jonathan Davis is doing some super melodic, clean vocals. But this part is great and definitely one of my favorite moments of the entire album. So yeah, even though I'm a fan of heavier stuff, usually I like when Korn goes super heavy. I also appreciate the more melodic parts, and this one is not an exception. It was really good, and like I said, one of my favorite moments of the entire album. And now with my favorite song on the Nothing, I went with The Darkness is Revealing. I love this song right from the start because of the incredible bouncy riff, the type of riff that Korn are well known for. The way I'm understanding this song is that JD is living a really tough situation. He has difficulties to understand why everything is happening, and he doesn't understand why he is feeling the way he is feeling at the time he was writing this. There's also a really cool part where JD says, take a look around, let the money start coming for me. And that was great and funny, and it reminds me a lot of that insane part in Freak on a Leash. Just listen to the song and you'll know right away what I'm talking about right now. After that, there's also a part full of growls, and it's so freaking heavy. The last minute and a half of this song definitely makes it the best song on this new album, The Nothing. So now, yeah, you understand a bit better why I love this album so much. Let's just talk about... Oh my god, I just need to find the track list real quick to, really talk about each and every song on this album. I'll have it soon, guys. Don't worry. Oh my god, wait a second. So yeah, there was the intro I already talked about, that's for sure. Other than that, I'll have it in front of me right now. Okay, so we have the Seduction of Indulgence, which is a really short song. It's more like I forgot the word, but when you have some transition between two songs. Oh, an interlude. Yeah, that's it. This is more like that, and it's really slow, so I don't really see it as a real song, but it's great. After that, Finally Free almost made the top 5. Again, I think it's about JD's ex-girlfriend or ex-wife. Great song. Can You Hear Me? A more simple song, but really dark and really good. It's probably one of the softest one on the album, even if it's still pretty heavy like This Loss. The Ringmaster, what a great song. Gravity of Discomfort, probably my least favorite of the album. It's the only one I was not like, wow, this is insane, but it's still a great song, so I cannot even say some bad things about this one. And the last song I still haven't talked about is the last song on the album, which is another really short one. It's called Surrender to Failure, another really dark and more depressive song, but it's great, and it was a great way to end the album in my opinion. So yeah, I think I said pretty much all you had to know about The Nothing. It's a great album. Freaking fantastic job that Korn did. Everyone in the band killed it. So I'll give a really, really fucking high grade to this one. I think it's the best grade I gave this year so far. But I missed a couple of album reviews, so maybe some other album would have the same thing, even higher. But I'm giving this album, The Nothing, a 9 out of 10. And it's not a small thing to say, because 9 out of 10 is fucking insane. Fucking great album. Korn killed it. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Also, just so you know, I filmed a reaction to each and every song on this album that I filmed before doing this album review, obviously when I first listened to it. So it will all be published on the same day as the album will get released. So don't worry, it's coming, but you'll have to wait a couple of days before getting that. But I'll upload everything when the album will be released. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss any of these reactions that are coming. And take care. I'll see you all next time.